everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Hey, you guys. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Friday. Are you guys ready for a lot of really kind of nothingness? Really, the main part is just to listen to the flip-flop, because she has no issue saying, yeah, nothing's crazy been going on. And then she comes back in afterwards for that 5 minutes and she's an entire grocery list. It's wild. Okay, I'm going to press play. Here we go.
All right, my name is Lawrence.
Yeah, there's lots of silence too.
And everybody you actually spoke to the common way, you kind of see the double crazy on you? What's your name, Michelle?
I can't tell if she was laughing there or sort of crying a little bit. It was hard to tell.
What's your date of birth?
2003.
And what is a good phone number for you? Okay. You got your phone with you, worries?
Yeah.
Do you have any pictures, any video, anything like that? Any social media posts?
No.
One thing I noticed that her phone is screened down, and I know that honestly, to me, it's neither here nor there. I don't have anything to hide. My phone's always face up because I don't want my screen getting cracked. I always feel like if I put my phone screen down, there's a chance it's going to get scratched. I'm not a screen down type person. The one guy that I dated that always had his phone screen down, there was always a bunch of problems. Okay. Honestly, long time ago, but from what I'm understanding from reading about the dating world in the current world, you know, that hasn't changed. The phone screen down usually means you're hiding something. So I don't know if the phone screen is down for anything nefarious, as in she doesn't want something crazy to pop up on her phone, like a comment or a text message, or to get a phone call from a certain person, or if this is just natural for her. I don't know. I just know that it's a topic of conversation about the fact that her phone is screened down. People have made comments, so I'm just pointing it out.
Okay. And what's a good address for you?
Like,
just make somewhere. Where are you living right now? Are you here at the university? What house is that? Is that an apartment or a sorority?
It's a house.
Okay. I don't know the sorority, so I apologize. I don't know.
Yeah, so also keep in mind that at this point, he hasn't been down to King Road yet. So he really doesn't know if it's a house, if it's an apartment, if it's a sorority house. So Mallory really is sort of just like clueless because he hasn't been to the scene. He just knows that they've got stuff to do. So it's going to sound like he's a little bit discombobulated, but it's because he really just doesn't know, it sounds like.
You know if there's any what's there.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me what you know.
Okay, so there was a Summit High party, obviously, yes, we were drinking.
That's another thing. Why in the actual hell did they hide from us for the past 3 years that Dylan went to the Sigma Chi party? What is the point of not telling us that they all were at that party at some point? Because all but Kaylee were at that party at some point that night. I don't know why they kept that a secret. I don't get it.
I left to go to my friend's house.
When was that party?
I think I went there around like 10:30ish.
Last night or this morning?
Last night. And then,
see, that timing to me is interesting. The timing to me is interesting because that sounds like it would have been after, or maybe around the same time that Xana and Ethan got there. I don't think I have a thingy for it. But we've been getting a lot of conflicting stories about that. In the Amazon series, we were told that Ethan and Hunter showed up to Sigma Chi. And that's basically been the story the whole time. That Ethan and Hunter showed up to Sigma Chi after the formal that they went to with Maisie. And Xana was already there. But then we get to Bethany's freaking interview. And it's all, oh, no, Ethan walked us over to Sigma Chi. And I'm like, okay, there's a huge difference between Xana already being at the party and him showing up and her actually being back at the King Roadhouse and him walking her over. So was Dylan part of the walkover? Because Bethany didn't make it sound as if she was part of the walkover. See, that's another part of the timeline that we've got to get figured out. And we also need to remember that there's a police report of a girl that was there at the Sigma Chi party that said that whenever she was talking to Dylan, Dylan said that she couldn't get drunk that night. And we're also finding out that she didn't apparently drink again after she got home around 1:30. So also the Borg wasn't something that she drank all by herself. It was something that was, I think it was Bethany's. It sounds like it was Bethany's, or maybe the person who came to the house with them later on that night before Maddie and Kaylee got home. Maybe it was theirs and she was sharing it. So her alcohol content excuse has gone down like a shit ton. But Mowry at this point doesn't know that. So you're going to hear him literally make it an excuse for her. You'll hear it.
And then me and my friend, and then Bethany, right? And then we just all went to bed. Was the house we went to for a little bit, and then it was just me, like, who came home.
See, and that's where I'm really mad, because we've been lied to about that the entire time too. According to the information that we have recently gotten, Dylan and Bethany would have not gotten a warm welcome at the sorority formal. So whatever it was that she was inviting Kaylee to come back to her house, to come back to Moscow for, to be that +1. And that's official, because we heard that from the Goncalveses. We heard that from the family, that this was the situation. But that even after the invite from Dylan, she was still hesitant to go back. And then they threw the whole thing about, oh, she wanted to go and show off her Range Rover to Maddie. And now we're getting information about how that Range Rover wasn't even her Range Rover, because apparently her Range Rover was in the shop. So we're still trying to untangle that freaking mess as well. So when it comes to that, what we're being told is that they ended up having like a mini formal on Friday night at the King Roadhouse. That's where a bunch of the pictures came from of the girls in like little black dresses and stuff. And that's where Dylan had Kaylee as her +1, was at this little house formal thing, not an actual formal at the sorority. There's more information about it in the book, because Josie and Emily, is it Josie? Josie and Emily were there at the little formal at King Road Friday night. So we've got a 17-minute call from Jack that the Goncalveses like obviously knew about and never told us anything about. We weren't told the actual truth about what the formal was that Dylan asked about, and now we have like up and down information when it comes to the Range Rover. That, you know, there was a GoFundMe for it to have paid off. And that we found out in the police records that the car place had actually given back part of the deposit, but once the Goncalveses changed their mind and put up the GoFundMe in order to pay it off, they took the $1,000 back from the credit card used. That's not even what this interview is about. I'm just so tired of the inconsistencies and all the lies. It's absolutely wild.
And then later.
Okay.
She's a girl.
Okay.
That's stuff we're going to have to definitely go back over, because I don't know. I'm just confused as shit now.
And are they all in the same place?
She has.
Hey there.
Okay. Okay. So you guys were there, you came home early,
Yeah.
and then eventually she went to her place. Where does she live?
She lives like down the street. I don't know exactly where
Okay.
it is. And then Maddie and Kaylee came home from the club. And then we all went to bed.
What time do you think you got home?
I think I got home around 12:30 to 1.
Okay.
Between there.
And then what time do you think you came home?
Like 10-20 minutes after I did.
Okay. And then Maddie and who else came from the club?
Kaylee, I think they came home like 1:32-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something that I find actually common with a lot of these reports with these college people. They go, and I could never, okay? I've never been in someone's house that I didn't know their full-on name, that I didn't know their information, that I didn't know the address where I was. But in a lot of the reports, we saw this, where they were like, oh, I was at this party down the road. I don't know the address. Or I went to this girl's house. I don't really know her name. I think it's this. And I'm just like, man, no one takes any precautions. No one takes any precautions anymore. It is absolutely crazy.
And at that point, nothing.
Nothing weird at all.
Okay.
Then everyone's asleep at 4 a.m. I like look at my phone and I can hear Kaylee. And
so this is where I was waiting for that whole thing about 4 a.m. Let's not forget. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Let's not forget the truth. Let's not forget the truth that she was awake and doing things. She was looking up stuff on her phone. And just 8 minutes before the DoorDash got there, Miss Ma'am was awake and adding a contact to her phone at 3:51 in the morning. This is Dylan. This is Dylan. And we also need to remember that in the body cam, when she's talking to Noons, she said she was trying to go to bed. Not that she was woken up from a deep sleep or anything else. You're going to see how that changes because Lawrence Mowry is going to make a comment to her about how, oh, well, you had been drinking, so you slept deeper than usual. Everything that becomes bullshit, honestly, is coming out of the cops' mouths, and it's just like a dung ball. I guess because I've been playing my grounded game, that's like the only thing I can think of. About how like those beetles would get like the dung and like make it a big old ball, avalanche ball, and they just like roll it and roll it and roll it and roll it and roll it. That's how I like visualize the bullshit that just like kept tumbling out of their mouths and becoming part of the narrative when it shouldn't have been. It's all of their very suggestive words that ended up actually creating the narrative. Because you're also going to see here when he asks something about eyebrows, she's like, no. So when did eyebrows become so important? It's absolutely insane. The crazy shit. The crazy shit. So let's just keep in mind that when she's sitting here trying to say she was asleep, she wasn't. Because we also have the fact that she was up and making phone calls at like 8 something in the morning. She was on her phone. Then we have Bethany calling people at like 7 o'clock in the morning. We have Dylan doing stuff with photos, doing editing, all kinds of stuff. As a matter of fact, this is a document in the public records right now that is pretty much as much information as we have so far when it comes to their actual phone movements. So you guys can click on that link and you guys can look at it yourself, but it talks about it in the paragraphs themselves. It has timestamps for things. And then it also has like their text conversation that we first saw is in this one. Up here somewhere, right here. Then it has the 911 call, pieces of the 911 call transcript, and then down here it has like a chart. The only thing that I don't appreciate about this chart is that it stops at 4:37 and then comes back up at 10 o'clock. And we know in another document, which I'll throw this one up here. I'll throw it up here in a minute. I'll have to go back in there and grab the other one. In the other documents that are on the public site, they have the phone calls between Bethany and her parents where she's calling her mom, her dad, her house phone, then an unknown number, and then her parents again. Then there's like a little bit of a gap, and then she's on the phone with her parents again. There's all kinds of stuff that was going on between the two of them. So for both of them to sit there and be like, we were sleeping. No, you weren't. And we have the proof of that now. So for me to sit here and be like, these girls are lying to the cops, that's not defamation. That's not slander. That's not me making shit up. We're physically watching it happen. We have the documents that prove that the things that we're hearing with our own ears coming out of their own faces is a lie. So even if somehow Kohberger really is the only guy responsible for all this crazy shit, explain to me why these two are are lying to the police. Tell me why their stories are not kept straight. And again, I understand that a lot of stuff came from the police, a lot of suggestion, a lot of bullshit. But instantly before the cops even say, talk to these girls, Dylan is instantly lying to him while she's standing in front of her own house. Barefoot and all, just lying. We're watching it happen in real time. We're watching it happen in real time. Thank you so much for the 5, John. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
and Murphy like dancing. I can tell it's her voice, and that's Murphy because he's barking. And then I hear her go upstairs because you can hear like everything. And
because you could hear like everything.
Heard her say, "There's someone here," and I thought she ran downstairs. And then I jumped up and locked my door because I didn't know what else to do.
So Kaylee and Murphy's her.
Murphy, so Kaylee and is Kaylee's ex-boyfriend. They share the dog pretty much.
And Murphy's the dog?
Yeah.
Okay. What is Kaylee's last name?
Goncalves.
Oh boy, spell that for me.
Goncalves.
And is she here today?
No.
I don't think she spelled that right.
Was she one of the ones that was hurt?
Oh, yes. I have all of them. All the messages between Brett Norton and Steve Goncalves are 1,000,000% legitimate. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, where is Kaylee's room compared to yours?
Like right above my sheets.
What are you on the first, second?
Second.
You got that she got that wrong, right? Like, I thought for a long time that Kaylee's room was right above Dylan's because she mentions, or at least the way that it was portrayed at first, was that she could hear she could hear Kaylee and Murphy playing like above her head, not on the second floor. So for a while, I thought that Kaylee's room was above Dylan's, and it's not. When you go up the stairs, there's a turn, and then there's a second piece of stairs. So it's actually Kaylee's room is on this side, and then Maddie's room is the room above Dylan. And some people in the comments are like, oh my God, give her a break. She's traumatized. You know the layout of your house. You're sitting there. You're going to see her. She gets on a piece of paper, and she's like directing Mallory on, okay, so if you're right here, this is the kitchen, and then you're looking straight at the stairs and all these things. But you're getting the room wrong. Like, you live there. You should know that it's Maddie's room above you and not Kaylee's. We can get that information wrong. We didn't live there. We never walked into that damn house. Girl, you've been living there. How do you have that wrong? I just don't understand it. I just don't.
And she's on third?
Yeah.
Okay. You said that Kaylee and share Murphy?
Yeah. This.
And is Jax current?
Yeah. He's ex right now.
Okay. Any problems between Kaylee?
No. Okay. They're really good, like, friends still.
You still play with the dog and stuff like that?
Every now and then, yeah.
Okay. So, you hear Kaylee upstairs, she's dancing, playing with the dog, normal kind of thing, probably.
Yeah.
And then she says there's someone.
But see, she didn't say that they were upstairs. She's saying that Kaylee was on the second floor, and he's sitting here saying, so Kaylee was upstairs. So some of the discrepancies is also because some of these police officers weren't listening, and they're just saying back things that aren't correct, but the people that they're interviewing aren't correcting them either, because he just says, so Kaylee was upstairs. And if you're putting that into the perspective of what's happening, then to someone who doesn't know all the details, you're saying that Kaylee would have had to have been above Dylan, which would have been on the third floor, which again is that first perception. Gotta listen, because it's like so easy to see how they screwed stuff up.
Here?
Yeah, when she goes, I can hear her go upstairs. And then I think she's in her room and she says that someone's here, and I can tell she's scared, and she runs downstairs.
Where do you think she ran?
I don't know if she made it past the stairs,
okay,
or if it was in the living room.
Okay. But you heard her. You heard her on the stairs.
Yeah, I heard her running like super fast down the stairs.
Okay.
And then.
Hey, Jeannie. Thank you for being here for 7 months. Thank you. But my question for this too is, if this story is any bit accurate, which I doubt, if you're going to sit there and say that the last time that you heard Kaylee before hearing crying, because remember, she also goes really flip-flop on if it's Kaylee or Xana crying from the bathroom on the second floor. And remember, the bathroom's right by Xana's bedroom. So honestly, if Xana was crying in her own bedroom, I don't know if Dylan would be able to tell if it's coming from Xana's bedroom or from the bathroom that shares a wall with Xana's bedroom. I don't know if she'd be able to tell that. But my thing with this is, regardless, her story either ends with Kaylee running down the stairs to the second floor or Kaylee in the bathroom on the second floor. And that's the last that she hears or says anything about hearing anything from Kaylee. So then how would she have gotten back on the third floor in Maddie's bed? How did that happen? There's no drag marks. There's no drips from a body being carried. How did she end up in the third floor and in Maddie's bed the way that she ended up in Maddie's bed if the last thing that was heard from Kaylee is on the second floor? It doesn't work. There's a lot missing. That doesn't work.
I didn't open the door. I just called her name, and I called Xana, Kaylee, and Mogen on my phone. And then
What were those other names? Xana?
Xana, Maddie Mogen. Sorry, we call Mogen as Maddie and Kaylee.
Okay. So what's do you know what Xana's last name is?
Kernodle. Kernodle, I believe.
Kernodle.
What about Maddie?
Mogen, Mogen.
And Kaylee
Goncalves.
Goncalves. That's the same one. Okay.
Yeah.
Were these three friends?
Yeah, we're all roommates.
Okay. Who was sharing the room with Kaylee?
Kaylee and Mogen are both upstairs. They don't share rooms.
They have their own rooms.
Yeah, we all have our own rooms.
Okay.
I think that he's not understanding that this was not a fraternity house. Because I guess in fraternities and sororities, most of them share rooms. I feel like he's still under like that mindset because they were all at the same college.
So these two are up on the third.
Yeah.
Where's Xana?
That's my floor.
Your floor.
She's closest to the bathroom on my floor.
Bathroom. Okay. So Jen and Kaylee aren't an issue.
No, they're not at all.
What about for Xana or Maddie? Are there any guys that are an issue? Any girls that are an issue?
No, Maddie has a boyfriend in Boise. Super nice.
Okay.
Xana is dating Ethan, who was in the room with her. They're really nice too.
Right. They had one bed, but he hadn't been to the scene yet. He doesn't know the layout. He's not sure. He just knows that it's in that area. So I'm guessing going based off of what he thinks is normal for that spot and not really paying attention to the fact that it's not an actual like Greek row house.
Okay. I apologize. I don't know anybody's name or anything like that. So was Ethan, Xana, Maddie, and Kaylee all upstairs still? Are those the ones that got hurt?
Those are the ones that got hurt.
Okay.
And then
He talks
the
to her
other
like
girl
she's a
upstairs,
child.
She's on the first floor.
Okay. And was she the one in the yellow hoodie?
Yeah.
Okay. She's over there.
That'd be Bethany.
So anybody that would want to hurt Ethan or that's jealous of Ethan?
No.
Nothing like that.
No, I've never heard anything.
Any cars?
Yeah. That's what we heard from both of them at some point, was that they weren't sure if Ethan was even there that night.
Were in the area that you can think of that wouldn't have been wrong?
No, I wasn't really looking at that.
Okay. And you did see anybody come downstairs? Did you hear anything else?
No, I don't even know how they got in. We're usually pretty good about locking doors, and we've never had problems before. Like, it was just really random.
Okay.
See, we've never had problems before. But then you're going to see at the end of this, when she comes back in for that 5 minutes, she's a whole grocery list of this, and this happened. Why wouldn't you just be honest? And then the truth comes out from technically Steve Goncalves and Jeff about the doors. Because Jeff Kernodle tells us basically that he had to fix a door at some point, and then it's in the report that the door came off the hinges. So it sounds like that would have happened the weekend prior, whenever it was Parents Weekend at U of I. Because whenever this actually happened, it was Parents Weekend at WSU. So Jeff Kernodle was in that area 2 weekends in a row, and they're claiming that whenever the front door came open, and they found it open, it was off the hinges or it was almost off the hinges, and Jeff Kernodle had to come and fix it. Then he also made comments, and I think Steve even said something on the last interview he did on Drunk Turkey show, that the back didn't have a lock at all. Like, it didn't have a locking mechanism that actually worked. You could do the motion to lock the door, the back slider, but then there was one little move you can make with your finger and it would instantly unlock it. And a lot of people in that area knew that because people would go in and out the back door. So even the little tricks to get the doors open, people knew. Jack made a big deal about that whenever he spoke to Payne, which he should have, because he's the only one so far that's even made a point about how many people had access to that house.
So you're getting home around 12:31.
Yeah.
You've got Maddie that comes home shortly after.
Yeah.
Maddie comes home shortly after that. And then from that point, from about 2 to 4, did you fall asleep?
Yes, I fell asleep.
Okay.
No, you didn't.
And Kaylee also came home
Look at her ring in her hands. She knows she's lying. Liar.
with Maddie at the same time from the club.
And one thing she doesn't mention, as far as I can remember from listening to this, she doesn't mention anything about Bethany and Maddie taking Murphy out. And in the interview here, she doesn't mention the fact that she took Murphy to go to the bathroom whenever she first got home. But she did say that, or at least it's in one of the reports. I believe the one from ISP says that she took Murphy or let Murphy out to go to the bathroom whenever she first got home. And then Maddie and Bethany ended up taking the dog out later on. But she doesn't mention any of that in this.
So between that time, obviously, you're not hearing anything. You had something to drink, so obviously you're going to sleep a little bit deeper, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She went to sleep.
And then you hear her. She says what she says. You hear her hitting the stairs. You open the door, cry out to her.
Yes.
And then you close the door because you're scared.
Yes.
Right? What happens at that point?
See, that's actually different. What she first said was that as soon as she heard Kaylee say somebody was there, the way that she said it and run down the stairs, she instantly locked her door. What she just said here was that as soon as she heard it, she opened the door, yelled Kaylee's name, and then shut it and then locked it. That's two completely different things.
Opened the door again, and I heard what I thought was Kaylee crying in the bathroom, and I heard this man's voice say, "It's okay, I'm gonna help you," but it wasn't in a nice way. It was just weird, and it was a voice I've never heard before.
Okay.
And then I called out to her, and there was no crying after that. I don't really know what happened after that.
That says a lot. So, and again, she's flip-flopped on this, on whether it could be Kaylee or Xana. Because she talks about it being Kaylee at first, and then it switches to Xana. And I think it's after the police talk to her some more, because I believe the date for the Idaho State Police report's on the 17th. We're going to end up going in and cramming everything into one video, the original, the text messages that show how she was truly feeling at the time, the body cam, the interview, the reports, everything. We're going to put it all in order and see what stuff changed. But I don't think we're going to have a real clear view on the full scope of everything until we get something from the grand jury. That's what I really want, is the grand jury information. But she also gets into an interesting description of what she claims the person was carrying. She does a this motion. It's very strange the way she does it, but it instantly makes me think of a bow and arrow, the way that she describes it. It's odd. You'll see. She actually like moves her hands into the shape.
When you opened the door, you thought you heard Kaylee crying in the bathroom?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it could have been Xana, but I thought it was Kate at the time.
Okay. I don't know if these questions are really helping because I'm just right over the top of them.
See him, he just admitted that. I don't know if these questions are going to help anything. Yeah, because they're not getting any information. It's completely empty. Yeah, at least he's honest.
You said you don't recognize the voice.
No. And then I opened the door again, and the guy is right there. And he's maybe my height, a few inches taller, not like skinny, athletic built. He has all black. He's wearing some masks. that covers just his forehead and here.
So did she just say not like skinny, but athletic built? Because they've been saying, and I know that in the body cam where she's talking to Noon, she says something about like I think she says basketball player, but she just said not like skinny. But she's also not repeating what she already said to Noons about how the person could have been shorter than her. And also the location of where the person is changes. It goes from I open my door and he's right there, which is sort of one of the original statements that we got. But then later on, it's, oh, I literally just saw him as he was walking out of the back slider. But the problem with that is that coming out of Dylan's room and being like in that little hallway area where Dylan's room is, where the stairs end, and then somebody walking out the back slider, like you're watching them for like some seconds. Like that's like what, 15 steps? Like I'm thinking in my head, like walking that way, walking past the closet where the dog food and stuff is, into the kitchen, towards the slider. Like that's a few seconds. That's not just like, oh my gosh, I opened my door, we locked eyes, I closed it, I freaked out, I locked the door, and I don't know. You're watching somebody walk for like some seconds if they're right in front of you, and you've seen enough for them to walk out the door. It's not as instant as she's trying to claim it is. At least it's not working out the way that she's trying to claim it is. Thank you for the $50. Wandy31, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Thanks for all your hard investigative work for us, Jules. Well, thank you for caring about the details. Thank you for caring about the facts to be there. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much.
It goes like around. He was white. He saw me and I saw him.
It's really helpful because he's right over the top of him.
Go back to what she said.
You said you don't recognize the voice.
No. And then I open the door again, and the guy is right there. And he's maybe my height, a few inches taller, not like skinny, athletic built. He has all black. He's wearing some masks that covers just his forehead and here, and it goes like around. He was white. He saw me and I saw him, and he just left. And he was holding, it looked like it was this, and this is black, and I didn't think that it was a gun, but now I'm thinking that it probably was. But I was just in and out of it. So I was so tired.
You say this.
Like it was cylinder like this, and then it went straight out and then in. So I don't maybe.
See, when I'm watching her hands like do that, I'm thinking a bow. Right? I heard that too. It sounded like masks. It did. I heard it. Yeah, like not skinny, but athletic. Not skinny is what she's saying. I swear that's what she said. Not like skinny, meaning the opposite. That's what I said. There's no freaking way. Right? Like some sort of bow thing. Definitely could be a crossbow. I don't really know. The only thing I know about bows and arrows is the ones I use in my Grounded game. Grounded is basically like bugs in Minecraft mixed with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Honestly, like a lot of stuff in the video game is so much like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. They had to have gotten like everything from that movie. And I use those when I play the game. And I'm like, just the shapes. I've never shot one. Maybe like one time when we did a camp thing whenever I was in elementary school. My sister used to do archery, but I don't know. That's just what keeps coming into my mind is like the shapes that I'm seeing when I play my game and they get pulled out. And that's what it looks like. Like if the arrow was in it or if it was a crossbow where it like gets lodged in there or however you would call it, where it'd be like a stick and then it'd go like this. And then it had like a point. It does very much seem not vacuumy. It does sound more like a bow. It's interesting. It's very interesting how she's describing it. My name is Happy. That's a good name to have. Thank you for the $9.99 super sticker. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Was like a arrow or?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
It was weird. I couldn't really. I call it like a mini vacuum. I don't really know what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know a mini vacuum that's shaped like that. Like that's all I can keep seeing. And not a vacuum.
You say you're about your height. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10", so he's probably around 6 foot.
So he's going to be average height.
Yeah.
But see, again, and I know I'm stopping this a lot, but that's just what I do here. Again, when she was speaking to Noons in front of the house, as soon as he got there for the first time, she said taller or shorter. And then he is the one who said, so about 6 foot. So right here, just in itself, we have a suggestive, I can never say that word right, a suggestive wording that came out of Noon's mouth now being relayed here into this second telling. And the whole or shorter is being completely just moved out the way. It's interesting to see this.
Any of the girls at all in the house get any kind of freak weirdness going on the last couple of weeks that they talked about?
It's been all normal. Nothing weird at all.
No weird calls, no texts?
No, I mean, nothing weird happens in Moscow.
Nothing weird happens in Moscow usually is always the stupid ass excuse. But again, this is where I'm saying that she flips because she's going to say, no, nothing's been going on. But we know that's not true.
Any of the girls at all in the house get any kind of freak weirdness going on the last couple of weeks that they talked about?
It's been all normal. Nothing weird at all.
No weird calls, no texts?
No, I mean, nothing weird happens in Moscow usually.
Right?
Why do they always say that? Are they like hypnotized in their orientation video to just instantly in the back of their minds always just say nothing happens in Moscow, nothing happens in Moscow? They all say that shit. Even Ava Woods, when she's doing the interview with Vicky Ward, who helped write this piece of crap book with James Patterson, is saying that when somebody was finagling her doorknob on her front door, she was just like, oh, nothing ever happens in Moscow. It's 2026 already. Okay. Shit's happening everywhere. Ain't nowhere safe. Can we stop pretending like you live in Silver City? Or Silverton, Silvertown, whichever the freaking town is in Joe Dirt. Can we stop pretending like that's where everybody lives? Because we don't. I don't know why they all say that. It's wild to me. I don't like it. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, RV. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, so, and I apologize. I keep backing up just a little bit.
Yeah, right now. We're 2 months. We're 2 months left in 2025. I'm talking about right now. It's almost 2026.
Just because everyone's going to be jumbled up with you, and I totally get that.
Yeah.
So you hear her dancing.
Mm-hmm.
You hear her say somebody's here. She goes, it sounds like she goes to the stairs. You open the door, call to her, close the door, and then you go to open the door because you hear her crying.
Yeah.
Or at least somebody, might not have been her. And then did you close the door and then reopen it before you saw him?
Yeah, I closed it before I reopened it. So.
From the time that you heard her say there's somebody here to the time that you saw him, how much time do you think?
I don't know. I think it was like around 10, 20 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, I was
10 to 20 minutes. 10 to 20 minutes. Listen to that again.
Heard her say there's somebody here to the time that you saw him. How much time do you think?
I don't know. I think it was like around 10, 20 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, I was
Not
really
long.
out of it. I don't.
So from the time she's claiming, and 10 to 20 minutes is a long difference, but we do know that there's a lot of noises on the 11-12 camera that definitely pick up before the time frame that they're trying to claim. We know that. But she's claiming that it's been 10 to 20 minutes in between her hearing Kaylee say that somebody is there and her opening her door and seeing the person in the house. 20 minutes would be a really long time. 10 minutes, I don't see how, even with 10 minutes, how can you sit there and just like the door is shut for 10 whole minutes and you don't continuously hear shit going on for 10 more minutes? Because obviously, if that was the case, it's not a quiet 10 minutes. That's just a long time to hear her say 10 to 20 minutes. It just sounds so long. Thank you for the 199, Sheila. I've never heard cops imply answers to interviews. This entire department.
Everything was kind of blurry. Like, I don't fully remember it, I would say.
Okay. So help me figure out where, like I said, I haven't been into the building. Where would if this is a safe layout of it, where would your apartment be?
Okay, so
Or your room, I should say.
I guess, like, say the door is right here.
This is the apartment or that hall?
It's like a house.
Okay.
It's a whole house. Then there's stairs that go up diagonally like this.
Okay.
Living room.
Uh-huh.
You're looking at the living room. To the right is the bathroom and Xana's room. Right in front of you is my room and the stairs.
On the second floor, right?
Yes.
So you've got the stairs that are here on the
Yes.
second floor. You've got the bathroom here.
Bathroom and Xana's room around here.
Okay.
My rooms that are like right in front of it.
Okay.
And there's a kitchen.
So this is the kitchen.
Then there's stairs that go up to the second floor.
Okay. So that's up.
And then Katie's room is on, going up the stairs. Katie's room is on the left.
Up top, right?
Yes, up top. And Maddie's room is on the right. And there's also a bathroom next to Maddie's room.
So your door faces the stairs going down to the bottom?
It faces more, like you can see them when you look
Our
up.
door
It's not
faces the
fully
kitchen.
It's more like facing like this.
Okay. So your door's more over on the
You
side.
walk
Yeah,
out.
and then I can
If you're standing in Dylan's doorway, if I'm like thinking of these pictures correct, if you're standing in Dylan's doorway, you're staring at the kitchen sink and the back slider. The steps are directly to your left, and this way is the door frame that leads into the living room that goes to the steps that go to the first floor. Yeah.
see like the window door that slides open back there.
So if you opened your door, where was he at?
In between my door and the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay. So see, in between her door and the kitchen, there's like a walkway. Not like a walkway, but I mean like you've got her door, the step, and then the closet that's underneath the step. There's like a bare wall on this side. They had like one singular bar stool sort of like hanging out next to this wall, and then it starts the kitchen cabinets.
And I saw him go out the door, I believe.
Out the kitchen door?
Yeah, and I just remember saying like, no, and I shut the door and locked it as fast as I could.
Okay. So is there a deck out back?
It's like just cement, and there's like no fence, so I guess anyone could come in on the.
So is the bottom floor kind of like a daylight basement? So you can come in that floor and then you can get out the back up one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So 5'10", all black. Could you see what color his eyebrows were or anything like that?
No, I don't remember what his eyes look like either.
Okay.
No. So where the hell did eyebrows come in and become the literal description of the person? When? When did that happen?
He didn't say anything to you?
I mean, I saw his eyes and he saw me, but he didn't walk towards me and didn't see anything.
Okay.
Which I found really weird.
But didn't recognize eyes. Definitely a white guy.
Yeah, definitely a white guy.
Okay. Any smells, anything like that? That would be weird.
Mm-mm.
You got 8 hours of 4 bodies that have not only been taken away in a way that would leave things coming out of them that has a very distinct smell. There's multiple wounds that would cause that to happen, not just one. On top of that, when the body passes away, all of the muscles let go of everything that's being held in. So a lot of the times, number 1 and number 2 also comes out after you die. So to sit there and say that for 8 hours they didn't smell anything, I don't really quite understand that. And I know that a lot of people are like, okay, but if it happened, while they were in the house, as time went by, then their noses were just getting like used to it as it happened. I don't know if that's something that you would just get used to. when it's ×4 especially. And I get that it's a big house, but it's a really shittily built house. It's literally like a deck of cards. It was crap. So I don't know, just the simple, no smells. I just don't believe it. I just don't.
After he left, what happened?
I called me and it was like I heard a sound like a firework and I didn't like put 2 and 2 together. And so I told her like I called everyone, they're not answering. And I'm in and out of it. I don't think anything of it. I just think everyone's asleep. And I go to her room, we lock the door, and just go to bed.
Okay.
And then this morning, it's like 11 or 12, and we're calling everyone, and no one's waking up. And we have like a really bad feeling. So I called Dano's room, and he said,
Okay. So you can't really see the slider from her door. This picture is taken from like Dylan's door frame. So she would have had to have stepped completely out of her room in order to have seen anybody actually like walking out of the slider. Because this door frame right here, like this right here is Dylan's room. And then here's the steps. And this wall right here is this wall right here. And yeah, like she can't see the slider from here. She could see the kitchen. She could see if somebody was walking into the kitchen. And then we start going up the stairs right here. Yeah, and see, this goes into there. And this is just the little half wall. There's the bar stool. See, now this picture is being taken from even farther out. Like this is in front of the Harry Potter style closet that's underneath the steps that lead to the 3rd floor. So yeah, she wouldn't have been able to see the slider. She still wouldn't have even been able to have seen the slider piece that opens unless she got further inside the kitchen. See, over here, they're literally by the cabinets to be able to see that piece. But yeah, no, she wouldn't have even been able to have seen the slider from her door. So she's either lying about where she was when she saw the person. I mean, regardless, she's not being honest. She's either lying about where she was whenever she saw the person or lying about seeing the person actually go out the back slider. But regardless, she's not telling the truth. See, this is the closet that's underneath the stairs that goes up. And see right here, this piece right here is important too. This is the one that a lot of people were looking at because it's like what, 4 inches, 3.5 to 4 inches, maybe. I don't really know from telling from right here, but this is a step that goes into the living room area. So people were looking at this, wondering if it might have had something to do with being able to tell the height of somebody, but I don't think it would have had anything to do with anything because this isn't a step that leads into the kitchen. That leads into the living room space, and no one's claiming to have seen anybody in the living room space. So yeah, regardless, she's not being honest. Regardless.
I need to call the cops right now.
Okay.
He wouldn't let us see what happened because he didn't want us to see.
Coach.
Yeah.
Your house, co-ed?
Just girls.
Okay. Right.
Thanks
for the other gifted membership, RV. Thank you. Did I see that already? I don't know if I saw that one already, but thank you anyway.
So Xana is on the same floor as me. First floor. Mogen and Kaylee are the 3rd floor.
Okay. That's
Mogen and Kaylee. Mogen and Kaylee. That was interesting. She doesn't call her Maddie.
So that's not. Okay. Didn't hear a car start up. Nothing like that after the fact.
No.
And then no one has anybody seen anything on any social media posts?
No.
Anybody talking about anything?
No.
Okay.
She's not being truthful.
At the same party, anything weird, strange, not normal? Anybody get angry with anybody? Anybody?
No, it was just normal. Like everyone seemed fine. Xana and Ethan were with me. and it was totally normal. Like
Okay.
there was nothing weird or out of place or suspicious.
Nobody hooked up that might have a boyfriend that wouldn't be
Mm-mm,
pissed off at him or something?
no.
So much secrecy around that damn party. Because something else we also found out was that Xana was supposed to go over to another fraternity house so that she could be introduced to the new frat guys at this fraternity house. That's something that came out of like interviews in the police reports. And I don't really quite understand why Xana would need to be brought over to a frat house to meet a bunch of frat guys. I still don't understand that. I really don't get what the point of that is. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, Wisteria. Thank you so much. I'm going to be running that giveaway here very soon. Let's see which one of you gets a prize.
All right. Anything else you can think of that I...
Yeah. But they were that, yeah, because she was at the Sigma Chi party and like they've kept it a secret for 3 years. We knew that Bethany was there. They had no problem telling us that Bethany was there. It's all Ethan and Xana there sometime between 8 and 9. But when it comes to Dylan, that's all brand new revelations. Yeah. She was with them. She was with them.
should know?
All that I really know was me saying that there was like a loud boom, but I didn't hear it,
Okay.
and I don't really know how I did it because I was on that floor.
Because you were just right below it, right?
Below me, and Xana and me on the same floor. So like Xana and me same the same floor.
Oh, I get you.
Down here, and
So Xana's in between the bathroom and the kitchen?
yes, pretty much. There's like a wall, and there's kitchen, Xana's room, bathroom.
Okay. Anybody else on your floor?
No.
In the downstairs on the first,
Yes.
and then up on the third was, I just know that.
Kaylee and Maddie.
Kaylee and Maddie, those are both on the third.
Yeah.
Similar layout where one bedroom over the other.
Yeah, so Kaylee's room was here, bathroom in the corner, and then Mogen's room.
Okay. So Morgan would be over.
She just, hold on. She's that's the opposite.
One bedroom over the other.
Yeah, so Kaylee's room was here, bathroom in the corner, and then Mogen's room.
Okay, no, that's right. It's right. It's right.
So Morgan would be over Xana's room.
Yes.
Ish.
I think so.
Okay.
And I guess Kay would be above my room.
No, that's opposite. But see, again, like I was confused because that stair is not just like, it doesn't just go upstairs. It goes up, then there's a walkway, and then it goes up like this. So it makes it like pretty much like flipped around in your brain, or at least for me. But again, she lives there. I feel like she should know whose room is above whose because she's been there. She's living in that house.
Thinking.
So Xana is on your floor, but she was upstairs with Kaylee and Mogen.
No, she was in her room.
She was in her room.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ethan was in
Her room.
Xana's room as well.
Okay.
But no time stamp for them getting home.
So two of them there, then two of them on third.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Okay. I will give you this just in case you think of anything else, which
Okay.
is totally normal.
Okay.
To just have things fly in from out of nowhere. You'll
Yeah.
see a box of French fries and think of something.
Yeah.
Who knows what will trigger it.
Okay.
Obviously, you guys have some resources on campus, like the CTC, right?
Yeah.
Take totally full advantage of that.
Okay.
All right. This is not a normal thing. This is not something that you can just power through usually on your own.
Yeah.
So definitely take the help. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us, obviously. I don't know who's going to be the actual lead investigator, but
Okay.
obviously if you call and say, my name is so-and-so, I talked to, detective.
Thank you for the 199, Sheila. Why didn't they get Dylan to do a house recreation? I mean, honestly, I would have not been against it if they took her back into the house and was like, okay, show me where you were standing when you saw the person do the things that you're telling me, and now show me what this person was doing. They should have. I wonder if they did. and we just haven't seen a report about it. I honestly doubt it. But yeah, no, I would agree. That would have been a good idea.
To Mari, and they'll patch you through whoever we need to.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. I thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Not over yet.
Okay. If you do get any weird text messages, calls, you think that somebody is behind you, following you, just do whatever you need to do to make yourself safe.
Okay.
Okay. Don't think that you're going crazy. Don't do anything like that. There's no reason to take chances.
Okay.
Okay.
Not over yet. I think this is where they start talking and I can't make out what they're saying. I hate that there's no timestamps. So y'all heard that like skip in the sound? That's not me. I didn't do that. And I think that's like where I'm like, this feels like it's been clipped, and it doesn't again help that there's no timestamp. So we don't know how much time passes in between like them leaving and coming back in. Right there.
No way to tell who's doing that. So whoever wants to volunteer that, talk to this.
Something about no way to tell something and who wants to volunteer for something. So the tables are different. The tables look the same.
Okay. Don't think. No way to tell who's doing that. So whoever wants to volunteer that, talk to this.
Oh. So there's pieces of this interview that are missing. Or somebody else was interviewed in this room before Dylan got brought back in. Y'all are right. It changes.
No way to tell who's doing that. So whoever wants to volunteer that.
I didn't even look at that. I was listening to like the way the sound cut. Trying to get it just on the spot. Right there. The phone moves, everything moves. So somebody else had an interview in here before in this cut. That's why they got the timestamps off. That right there. Now this next part's going to be what we've already heard before, but we might as well. Because this is, again, y'all just heard her say nothing weird was going on. Everything's been just fine. We've never had anything like this happen ever. Now she's going to start, forget the grocery list. She's going to become a CVS receipt of information. Just watch. I mean, most of y'all know this already. But the flip-flop is wild.
So I think that somebody might have said something that you said. I think what maybe it was. Did you have, in the recent history, have anybody that you thought might have been stalking you, or that was just acting weird?
No, but I mean, talking. Remember about a month ago, I think that one of the police officers that Kaylee was outside taking Murphy out, and she saw a shadow.
Yep. Okay.
And then when Kaylee was at Winco, Xana was in the car. She noticed this guy was following her. She got what she was getting, put it in the car, and she could see in her mirror that the guy was behind her in the car.
Okay.
So obviously he was trying to follow her. And then that was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then about a week ago, our door is broken, but me, Maddie, and Bethany came home and the door is wide open. And obviously, yes, the door is broken, but that could also be something else as well.
See, she didn't want to mention that the door was broken before. Now she wants to be like, yeah, the door is broken. Why'd you come in here acting like none of this stuff existed? You've lived these existences. You knew all this stuff was happening. Wasn't it Dylan that Kaylee called Was it Dylan or Bethany? I swear we heard it was Dylan. When Kaylee was outside one time and saw like a shadow or somebody by the dumpster by the house, I swear it was Dylan that she called on the phone. So Home Chick was living these existences. She came back from Starbucks and the door was wide open. The washing machine was on. They didn't know what to think. They were freaking out. So for her to just be like, yeah, there was nothing. And then, oh yeah, me and Bethany, because I'm pretty sure that was the beeped out name. Me and Bethany were talking and now all of a sudden I remember, girl, the full of shitness is wild.
With the front door?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever find the back slider open or anything? Is that usually locked? What's the condition?
I mean, we're pretty good at locking it. I
Okay.
don't think we locked it last night.
And it sounds like the code is fairly well known to the front door by people.
I mean, only people that like know us, like random people would not know, but
Okay.
like,
Right.
yeah.
Because Hunt said he knew it.
Yeah, he does.
Obviously knew it because it sounded like she was going to move in with you guys,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah, somebody was going to be moving in.
Doesn't sound like he knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did Kaylee ever say anything or report that weirdness to anybody else other than you guys?
No, because I mean, like, there's like no proof, you know,
Right.
I can't really do anything about it. And people are just weird sometimes. We didn't, like, obviously we were scared for a little bit. We didn't think much about it after that because there's something really weird after that.
Did she see what kind of car it was that he was driving? Something like that?
Mm-mm.
Where did Kaylee work?
She worked at home for a business, I believe.
Okay.
I can't remember what exactly it is.
So she was she works from her apartment? From her room? Okay. What about Maddie and Xana? Where did they work?
Maddie and Xana both worked at Mad Creek, and then Maddie also had a paid internship through this business as well. That was online at home.
Who would know what that business is? How would I be able to figure that out?
You might know.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called. There's like, because they were business majors, and through their majors, they were able to get these jobs.
Okay.
Yeah, some people are, I would consider it misunderstanding what's being said right here. Some people are thinking that she's saying that Maddie and Kaylee worked at the same place as a paid internship. As far as we know, it was two separate places. I don't remember the exact one. I don't remember the name of the place that Maddie was working through, but it was something to do with marketing, putting stuff up on social media. I can't remember what it was. We saw more information about it in the Amazon series. Like they showed even some like examples of stuff, I believe, that she had posted in way of like showing what she did. I think it was the Amazon series. But it wasn't the same company. It's just the way that she's saying it because these were internships that were done through the college. There just seems to be some misconception.
Okay. Yeah, I told me about Kaylee talking about something like that.
Yeah.
And then I heard that it was possibly you. So I just wanted to make sure that I got the right person to have those kind of things. Did you hear Murphy barking or doing anything?
Yes, he was barking a lot.
Throughout the night or?
When I heard Kaylee go upstairs, he was barking a lot, and then I could tell that he was outside. I don't know how the police found him because he wasn't in the house.
Okay.
But he has a puppy, he barks, but he was barking a lot if there was someone there.
And that was at 1:32 or was that around
like
4?
When the thing happened.
And when he was barking, when you first heard him on barking after she was up there playing, did you hear him go outside or did he start outside?
Murphy was with Kaylee when they were like dancing. They walked upstairs. He was still with her. And then when she would yell, someone's here, he started barking in the house. And then I believe the slider door was open and I think he went out that way because I could tell like the sound of his barking was getting like more distant.
So she's claiming that she thinks that the slider door was left open in the kitchen and that's how Murphy got out to begin with. I don't know. I mean, obviously he got outside, but I know whenever I listen to the 1112 camera, it sounds like there's like 2 barks that are inside. It sounds like it's muffled by obviously being inside of a building. And then there's another noise, and then you hear Murphy barking again, and this time he sounds like he's outside. I guess it could be the slider. But the noise in between the inside sounding bark and the outside sounding bark almost makes it sound or seem as if a door was opened for the purpose of letting the dog outside. And if the whole purpose was to get the dog out, why would you leave the door open so the dog could come back in? You know what I mean? So like if the door was open for the dog to get out, because whoever was in the house didn't want the dog in the house, it'd be dumb to leave it open so the dog could just come right back inside until after you would go to leave. But again, we still don't have any proof that whoever left the slider open. We just know how it was found whenever the cops got there. But again, there's 8 hours here, and she's not being honest, and neither is Bethany. It's so annoying.
Think that Murphy would have went after him, whoever he was?
Maybe, but I mean,
the officer's last name is Nunes because it's spelled with an S, and his co-workers in the body cam address him as such. We thought it was Nunez up until the body cam. His last name is Nunes.
Puppy, he doesn't fully know that yet.
No, he would just be, if anything, probably tie-in with him.
Yeah, I don't know.
When the guy in black left, did he close the slider or did he leave it open?
I don't know. I just ran downstairs.
Perfect. Okay. Okay. Anything else?
I love smart ass people who don't know what they're talking about.
All right. I'm going to go talk to my guys who've done other interviews and see if anybody's got questions so that we can kind of start putting more pieces together.
Yeah, this is it right here. And that's it. Again, thank you so much for being in here with me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and throw this one out real quick. Please do not forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. All right, you guys. See y'all.